Don't you hate bad losers like this guy, wittwer Racing? Just a recovery drive being pointed out earlier in the back, but basically I just sold this guy an absolutely spot on perfect dive down the inside, which he saw coming late and he turned into me, and then didn't like that, so pushes me off the track deliberately. So the two key points with this overtaking is that I've got half a car down the inside by the apex and I don't have to use them as a brake, which is exactly what happened there. And at the third point, I left him room, but that was just an added bonus of clean driving. It makes a lot more sense when I slow it down. So I am far back, but the points of racing is if you can make the apex before the other guy and you've got at least half a car alongside and you don't need to use the other car to slow down to make the apex, which I didn't, then it's a completely legit move. What happens is I turn in and he sees it coming late, so I'm already aiming down the inside, and look at his car, he's still dead straight and he's still wanting to take a conventional line that you'll see the guy called Goodnote in front of him is going to do, and in fact the guy 2 cars in front of him as well, but they're all taking that wide full apex you'd expect for the first part of that chicane. But if I step it through, he's still heading there, I'm already committing down the inside and he's still heading there, and now he starts to move over, but he's moving over not to take the apex, because look at where Goodnote is, he's moving over to try and stop me. So look at the angle of Goodnote's car, he's turning round for that apex. And that wittwer Racing is still heading in the wrong line, and he's still heading on the wrong line, and Goodnote and me aren't, and he's moving in on me and he makes contact with me, not me with him. So he tried to block the overtake, couldn't. By the time he makes contact with me and turns in on me, I'm already half a car down the inside, and that's the only point we touch. He touches me, not me touches him. And you can see I'm leaving him space. I've completely made the corner. I'm not having to use him as a brake to get to the corner or to get round the corner or even shove him away from the corner, because there's a big gap between the cars. Totally legit, perfectly executed dive. And I jumped him and he didn't see it coming, and then of course he didn't like that. So despite me leaving him plenty of room to take, so you can go up the inside or take the apex of the next corner, he's like, I've been beaten fair and square, and so I will then proceed to push you off the track. I think he might have a bit of a go at it at first to actually try and fight the corner there as he's turning for it, and to say I've left him room, he can go up the inside if he chooses, but he's going, nah, look at the steering angle, and he's the red dot steering angle now, he's fully turning right. He just wants to shove me right off the track. What a bad loser. And it's only for like 6th place, you know. I was recovering from being punted out on the first lap, so I was coming from pretty much last anyway. But you just, you know, they're just utterly bad loser. Watch out for this guy, because he's a bad loser. And if you do a solid dive like this, send down the inside, fully clean, he turns into me, I make the corner without having to push him, he then decides to just run me off the track, because he's a bad loser. Probably doesn't understand the rules of motor racing. If I've got half a car down the inside at the apex and I don't have to use him as a brake, completely legit. He turned into me, but he's a bad loser and doesn't know how to race. Get out of town, you loser.